Hi guys, I'm Stacy and I'm going to show you how you can use some of your premium starter kit oils to make little recipes. I have a couple of quick rollers that I'm going to do and then a spray bottle. So you can get roller bottles on Amazon if you want to. This is just a 2-ouncer. They work. This is a great size for like your purse or if you just send it to school or slap it on your desk at work or something along those lines. And then I have like little squirty bottles. This one I've already made, but I need to make more of it, so I'm going to do that with you today. But I think this is a 4-ounce bottle. You can get different colors of the rollers or the spray bottles, however you want to do it. It's really up to, kind of your whatever you want. So I'm going to make 3 rollers today, and they're going to be they're just quick rollers. So you can use the recipes that I'll post afterwards on here, just so you can always have those available to you. So the first thing you're going to want to do with any roller ball is just pop the roller off. It shouldn't be too hard to do. Sometimes they're a little bit harder to do, in which case then just be careful when you do it, because you can break the plastic, or if they have metal rollers you can actually bend those. So just be aware of what you're doing when you pull those off of there. So the first one I'm going to make, these are all popular in my house, so they won't go unused within a matter of just a couple of days. So the first one I'm going to make is going to be the tummy roller. That's what we call it. It's good. It's diluted for children, but you can use it as an adult. You can use it either way, but I'm going to be using Digize and Peppermint from your premium starter kit. Now, I believe that both of these in the premium starter kit come with the Vitality labels, which if you've not already heard before, it's just a different label. You can still use these oils exactly the same way that you would use the Vitality labels. It's just a different label. So you're able to ingest them the same as you would these. So the first thing we're going to do is 10 drops of Digize, and you'll notice on, I don't know if you can see it, but your stopper on here, it's not going to show you really well. Anyway, there's a tiny little hole that's around the outside, and while a lot of people think that the oil comes out of the big hole, it actually comes out of the little tiny hole. And so you kind of just have to look at your bottle and make sure that that little tiny hole is on the bottom. It'll still come out on the top if your bottle's full. It just takes a little bit longer. So we're going to do 10 drops of Digize in here, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to do 5 drops of the peppermint. Now, peppermint's a hot oil, so you don't need as much of it. It just means that sometimes people have a sensitivity to it. So if for whatever reason you ever get an oil on your skin and it starts to heat up a little bit more than you would like, just take a little bit of like olive oil or your carrier oil and just rub it in. It just needs a little bit of the bigger molecules that are in a carrier oil to spread it out a little bit, and that warming sensation will then go away. So we have 5 drops of peppermint, and then I just top it off with a carrier oil. Again, I got a carrier oil from Amazon. You can use pretty much anywhere you want. I'd be using coconut oil because that was just easier for me. You can use grapeseed oil, you can use the V6. Young Living has a really great carrier oil. I just haven't gotten it yet. So I have one of these fancy little pipettes. A lot of times your roller balls will come with a little pipette, and I just fill it up and top off my roller ball bottle with that oil. And then I snap on my lid and give it a little shake, and it's ready to go. So that one is done. The next roller I am going to do is the owie roller. This is great for cuts and scrapes and bruises and any kind of little bumps and things that kids get for owies. A lot of it is peace of mind, I think, for kids. They think they can, but the oils do really a good job as far as getting in there and really, you know, helping to soothe those wounds a little bit, especially with scrapes and bruises. So I'm going to be using lavender, frankincense, and copaiba. And I believe all of those are in the starter kit. And again, take your roller bottle off here, maybe. And we're going to do 10 drops of lavender, 10 drops of copaiba, and 5 drops of frankincense. And 2, 3. And then 5 of frank. I know I'm not really showing you the best of this, and I apologize, but I guess I can do it up here. So this is 10 drops of this. So I got a little extra in there, but that's okay because essential oils are versatile, and if you have a little bit more than the recipe calls for, that's okay because you can customize it to make it your own, and a little bit more is not going to hurt you. In fact, it may actually just help you out a little bit more. So then a little bit of the carrier oil on the top there. I might do 2 of those just because I didn't have much in there the first time. It didn't fill it up all the way. Mostly because my carrier oil bottle is it's almost empty. So then I snap it on, and there we go. See, it doesn't have to be full. It can be full if you want it to be full. That's completely up to your own preference. So the third one I'm going to do is my immune booster. Now, my immune booster I use mostly in the wintertime. I have a tendency to use it quite a bit in seasonal time sometimes too, because you just don't know sometimes if it's the flu or if you have a cough or whatever. But my son uses this the most on the bottoms of his feet, and then he puts socks on at night because he doesn't like the smell of some of the oils, but he likes the way that they work. So I usually leave this in his room, and he just slathers up his feet and puts a pair of socks on at night, and whatever is ailing him in his own mind, even sometimes this works really well. So this is going to be 10 drops of Thieves, frank, and lemon. So again, this is a Vitality label. It's the same as the regular label that and frank, which we already have open. Lemon also, I believe, comes as the Vitality in your PSK, and it works the same way. It's just a different label. So Thieves, we're going to do 10 drops of Thieves, 10 drops of lemon, and 5 drops of frank. So let me see if I have, oh, I might not even have any in there. Oh, well, that doesn't do me any good. Okay, so 10 drops of Thieves. I'll have to make this one later because I didn't check my bottle before I started this. So 10 drops of Thieves, 10 drops of frank, and 10 drops of lemon. And then put your carrier oil in it and give it a little shake. So I apologize, I can't show you that one. So the last thing that I'm going to do comes in very handy for this time of year, and this is the spray, and this is my sunburn helper, and it is consistent with peppermint and lavender, and then I put a little bit of carrier oil, but then I also put witch hazel in it, because which you can get anywhere. I got this at Walgreens. You can get it at Target or Walmart or Amazon. Witch hazel is pretty easy. It's pretty cheap to come by. But what this is, it's like an astringent, so it's going to help keep the oil from clogging up your spray bottle, and it also helps to soothe and kind of relieve. So with a tiny bottle like this, you know, this is a little bit in the bottom of it, but I'm just going to do the regular amount of oils that I would normally put in here, because you can't really overdo it. You just got to be careful with the ratios. So lavender, the normal recipe would be 10 drops of lavender to 5 drops of peppermint and 10 drops of copaiba, and then I just put half of witch hazel and about another third then of the carrier oil. You can use vitamin E. That works the same way. That also helps to soothe it a little bit, but it's really up to your preference. You don't have to put a carrier oil in if you don't want to. You just want to do water or witch hazel. You can do that as well. So I'm going to start with my peppermint, which is 5 drops of peppermint, 10 drops of lavender, and 10 drops of copaiba. This one's a little slower because it's a little thicker, and I might have the air hole in the wrong place. So there, that puts that in there, and then I'm going to put witch hazel in here. And again, I'm only going to fill it up to maybe about here with the witch hazel. And then I'm going to top it off probably with just water and a little bit of my carrier oil. So we'll put a little bit of, I'm just going to put a little bit of coconut oil in there because the oil then again helps with the soothing part of it. Then you put your little spray bottle on there and give it a little zhuzh, and then a few sprays to make sure it comes out your spray bottle and it smells lovely, and there you go. So I will post all of these recipes in the comments. I'll have little graphics for you, and hopefully you stuck around to the end. I know this was kind of long and I apologize, but if you have any questions or if you need any other ideas for rollers, please feel free to find me. I am happy to help the best that I can. Thank you.